Hello, Miss. We are from Group 4 and we are going to talk about harmful effects of human activities on our ocean. Our group members, starting with me, Nur Nabila binti Muhammad Nazrul, IC number 030917090316.
Hello, my name is Athirah Pula. My IC number 020111100396.
And hi, good morning. My name is Nurubakis binti Marzuki. My IC number is 030730080418.
Hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. How are you guys? So today we will talk about the ocean. What both of you know about the ocean?
I'm fine, thank you, Atira. In my opinion, an ocean is a term of the large expanse of the salt water that cover over 17% of the Earth's surface. Covering this much space, the ocean habitat is an important home for this much of the animal and plant life on Earth. What about you, Nabila?
Hi everyone. Well, if you ask me, oceans are an essential component of the Earth's ecosystem. Therefore, we need clean and healthy ocean to support our own health and survival, even if we don't live anywhere near them.
Thank you guys. I agree with your statement. For your information, the ocean house a wheel of life on our planet, from the largest animal to even roam our Earth. To ancient bacteria living around deep ocean vents, to exotic deep ocean creature. Ocean life is not evenly distributed. Though a majority of life lives near the ocean surface to take advantage of producer in that zone. Ocean organisms have adaptation that make them well suited for the environment in which they live. Our ocean includes habitats such as sandy and rocky shores, kelp forests, mangroves, and other estuarine habitats, coral reef, and polar seas. Marine organisms may travel between these habitats for breeding or feeding needs and have therefore adapted for survival in these habitats.
Oh, I see. So, what is the main problem of about the ocean nowadays?
I think we will discuss about the harmful effects of human activities on our oceans. Am I right, Atira?
Yes, we will talk about it. Yeah, we know the ocean supports biodiversity, supplies our food, and provides a useful transport route, but now being destroyed. So we need to seriously think about the harmful effect of human activities on our ocean. You know what? The ocean is one of the main repositories of the world biodiversity. It's constitute over 19% of the habitable space on the planet and contains some 200 15,000 known species, with many more remaining to be discovered. At least two-thirds of the world marine species are still unidentified. The ocean and the life therein are critical to the healthy functioning of the planet, supplying half of the oxygen we breathe and absorbing annual about 26% of the organic carbon dioxide emitted into the atmosphere. Without wasting time, anyone can give example of the harmful effect of human activities on our ocean.
The way I see things is that there are various negative effects from human activities that can threaten biodiversity, including oil spills. Sadly, oil spills occur, coating beaches, sinking to smoother ocean plant life, and killing a wide variety of birds, fish, and sea mammals from hypothermia. The term is usually given to marine oil spills, where oil is released into the ocean or coastal water. Oil spills are more common than you might think, and they happen in many different ways. Thousands of oil spills occur in United States waters each year. Most of these spills are small, for example, when oil spill while refueling a ship, but this spill can still cause damage, especially if they happen in sensitive environments like beaches, mangrove, and wetlands. Large oil spills are major, dangerous disasters. They tend to happen when pipelines break, big oil tanker ships sink, or drilling operations go wrong. Consequences to ecosystem and economies can be felt for decades following a large oil spill. Malaysia is no exception to this issue. Based on the news, about 300 fishermen at Pangkalan Tanjung Kling are in state of anxiety when their livelihood are affected following an oil spill incident from a ship anchored at Tanjung Buras Port near here. The head of the Pangkalan Tanjung Kling fishing community, Aziz Jaafar, said the fishermen who went down to the sea the next day found the drift nets, ropes, and nets were covered in black spot, believed to be oil spill from the ship. Major oil spills are frequently followed by the immediate suspension of commercial fishing, at least to prevent damage to vessels and equipment, but also to prevent the catch and sale of fish or shellfish that may be contaminated. Obviously, this oil spill incident has affected the income of fishermen, and it is difficult for us to catch fish if the water is polluted.
That's exactly that what I was thinking. As you said, oil spill often happen nowadays. In order to prevent this from happening again, what are appropriate steps to take?
Following this, I'm sure that continuous effort must be made to prevent the problem of oil spill in seawaters. Malaysia maritime authorities need to step up their monitoring, patrolling, and enforcement duties from time to time to ensure that the waters remain safe, peaceful, and controlled. On top of that, disciplinary action needs to be tightened according to the Environment Act and can be fined not more than 1 million or a maximum of 2 years imprisonment or both. Lastly, give exposure to the public, especially fishermen, to always check and inform the maritime authorities if there are any suspicious boat. So, what about you, Bakis?
I totally agree with your point. For this time, I will tell you guys one of the harmful effects of human activities on our ocean, which is plastic pollution. For this issue, it may seem like a small matter, but people should know that nowadays plastic is choking our ocean. Do we realize that the effect of human behavior have on the ocean, which over 17% of the Earth's surface? One of the major concerns that affecting the world's ocean is pollution from human activities.
How can this happen? And how does plastic end up in the ocean?
Both of you can see the photo of the plastic pollution in the ocean, but it can be hard to connect that to the plastic we are buying and using every day. Even if you live hundreds of miles from the coast, the plastic you throw away could make way into the sea. Once the plastic is the ocean, it decomposes very slowly, breaking into tiny pieces known as microplastic, which can enter the marine food chain and become incredibly damaging to sea life. In fact, Malaysia has a huge plastic waste problem. A 29 study commissioned by the World Wide Fund for Nature (WWF) show that Malaysia ranked second in the Asia for annual per capita plastic use at 19.78 kilogram per person. Malaysia outranks much larger nations including China, Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, and Vietnam in overall generated waste. Furthermore, according to the WWF, the main source of the ocean plastic pollution is land-based. 18% of plastic in the ocean originates on the land. But how does that really mean? Where is it coming from? There are three main ways plastic end up in the oceans. Firstly, throwing plastic in the bin when it could be recycled. Plastic you put in the bin ends up in the landfill, where it causes landfill where it causes lightweight. From there, it can eventually clutter around drains and enter river and sea this way. Second, littering. Litter drop on the street does not stay there. Rainwater and wind carries plastic waste into the stream and rivers and through the drains. Drains lead to the ocean. Careless and improper waste disposal is also a big contributor. Illegal dumping of the waste add greatly to the plastic surge in our seas. And the third is products that go down the drain. Many of the products we use daily are flushed down toilet, including wet wipes, cotton bud, and sanitary products. Microfibers are even released into the waterway when we wash our clothes in the washing machine. They are too small to be filtered out by wastewater plant and end up by being consumed by small marine species, eventually even end up in our food chain.
Is plastic pollution affecting marine life?
Yes, plastic pollution in ocean has devastating impact on marine life and ecosystem. The most visible impacts of plastic debris are ingestion, suffocation, and entanglement of hundreds of marine species. Marine wildlife such as seabirds, whales, fish, and turtles mistake plastic waste for prey. Most of them die of starvation of their stomach become filled with plastic. They also suffer from laceration, infection, reduced ability to swim, and internal injuries. Flooding plastic also help in transport invasive marine species, thereby threatening marine biodiversity and food web.
No doubt about it. Based on the Olive Ridley Project website, there are only about 6.5 million sea turtles left in the ocean. The number is reported to be decreasing compared to before, thus placing the animal in the category of endangered species with vulnerable status due to the marine pollution, such as the disposal of plastic and chemical that causes the animal to be endangered, and making the turtle population in Malaysia categorized as critical, especially in Terengganu as well. Terengganu recorded a total of 31 turtle deaths in the period from January to March 21 last year. According to a study by Wilcox 2018, 52% of turtles in the world have mistakenly eaten plastic waste since floating plastic look like their main food source, for example jellyfish, seaweed or algae. Over time the turtle will suffocate and die because plastic cannot be digested.
Oh, I see. What do we do to combat plastic pollution?
As responsible individuals, we need to be aware that our action today determine what our generation in future will inherit. We need to be responsible for our action and change them before it's too late. There are many ways to keep plastic out of the ocean. Here are some strategies you can adopt and share with your community. Firstly, reduce plastic use. I know habits are hard to change, but even a small individual commitment can make difference, especially when talking about the single-use plastic. Here are some new habits we can take inspiration for. Swap plastic bags for reusable ones made from cloth or fiber. Choose the metal or glass food containers and storage option instead of plastic ones. Avoid buying and using cosmetics that contain plastic microsphere or microbeads. Second, we must participate in cleanup. If we live or by a sea or river, we can volunteer to pick up litter in our local community. Thus removing plastic from the waterway and preventing them from getting to be ocean in the first place. There are many organizations you can join or simply do it on the weekend with our friends and family. What about you, Atira?
To me, there is another human activity that has a harmful effect on our ocean. That is about coastal reclamation in Malaysia. Before I elaborate further, let me show you a video related to this topic. Many studies have shown that coastal areas serve that the economic function, including supporting aquaculture activities, tourist transportation, mining, communication, and facilitating navigation. These activities result in rapid population growth within the coastal areas. A coastal reclamation become one of the solutions to overcome the growing population in the coastal area. However, coastal reclamation has negative impact on the employment, the ocean and income of the existing community who are depending on these economic resources of the coastal areas. Both of you can see the photo of coastal reclamation in Johor. As we know, coastal reclamation has a positive impact on this national economy. Just as Singapore coastal reclamation is one of Singapore's efforts to expand the land that can be used for construction projects to accommodate the increase in population. Among other things, has built a sea causeway in Singapore, water in Tuas. This seawall faces Johor in the Tanjung Kumpang section up to Tanjung Pia, Pontian. Construction began in January 20. But I'm not happy and feel disappointed because this activity too affect many things. You know what? Land reclamation project have robbed fisher and communities of use and access to coastal and marine resources. This phenomenon of ocean grabbing disposes marine resources and space that fisher and coastal communities depend on. Hundreds of hectares of fishing groves and marine habitat have disappeared due to the craze for reclamation. For example, in Penang, the state government planned to reclaim 415 acres south of the island, neglecting the heavy toll on fisher communities and marine resources. Coastal reclamation is defined as the gain of land from the sea or wetland or other water bodies and restoration of productivity or use to land that have been degraded by human activities or impaired by natural phenomena. Glossary of Environment Statistic 1997. There are basically two types of coastal reclamation. These are the island type and peninsular type. The former is in the form of a reclaimed artificial island this from the existing shoreline, while the latter is a source connected reclamation. Previous effort on coastal reclamation in Malaysia have concentrated on the peninsular type of reclamation, but island reclamation is increasing. So you guys can see marine island Teluk Muruh in Perak. Perak reclaimed 8094 hectare of land in 1997 in the coastal area of Lekir district, Setiawan, Perak. The Bagan Datuk Heavy Industrial Park was planned to be site on another 1,375.9 hectare of reclaimed land scheduled to start before the end of 2017 in Bagan Datuk district. The one of harmful effect of coastal reclamation is biological impact. Biological impact, loss of marine benthic ecosystem. Reclamation activities affect the composition of biodiversity through the destruction of ecosystems such as coral reef, seagrass, meadow of and mudflat. This will lead to a net decline in faunal biomass and evidence or a shift in species composition. Destruction of buffer zone. This is destruction of buffer zone. Coastal reclamation is often associated with the loss of coastal ecosystems such as mangrove. The ecosystem acts as natural buffers against wave energy and minimize the impact of wave on coastal area, thus protecting the coastal area from being flooded and eroded due to wave action. Removal of the ecosystem will leave the coastal communities vulnerable to flooding. Mangrove forests are no stranger to people in Malaysia. According to Dr. Samsudin, Malaysia has 500 three 537.686 hectare of mangrove swamp forest covering the peninsula, Sabah and Sarawak, of which 40% or 6 million hectare are in the Asian regions. The meaning here is that mangrove swamp are very important for the ecosystem. For example, human natural flora and fauna. Coastal water pollution. Pollution can be controlled to some extent, but ecological and environmental impact of reclamating cannot be restored. Suspensions of organic, heavy metal and other pollutant into sea through dredging activities will cause disturbance to bottom sediment. Landfilling with dredged material may release contaminant which will have impact on marine life. Eventually, low water quality will affect the sea biotas around the area and negatively affect the life of the fishes and coral reef, Tremendous and Magic 2009.
I can see why you might think so, but for my opinion, it's just not one of the impact of the coastal reclamation. It is because there are many impacts such as a physical impact of reclamation. The physical impact is affecting the ecosystem. Land reclamation activities in coastal area cause change to the local groundwater system. This is because the removal of crucial ecosystems such as mangrove and mudflat maximize the impacts of the wave and the coastal areas, causing a seawater intrusion into groundwater. They will affect nearby agricultural land as the pH of the soil is altered, thus making it unsuitable for plant growth, especially species that sensitive to salinity change.
You have a point there. Then, what are the best solutions you can recommend to solve this problem, Atira?
To prevent these issues from happening, I honestly believe the government should take action by monitoring coastal reclamation activities so that the problem of coastal reclamation can be overcome. Therefore, the government can impose strict legal action on the parties involved. Thank you for your time and commitment for sharing your idea with me. I hope we can use this knowledge in future. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Have a nice day too.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.